Before we take any questions, we take it as we go on. We start with this story. Yesterday, the federal government announced that a 5 billion naira palliative for each state of the federation would be issued at, and 180 trucks of rice as part of measures to assuage the pains of the removal of the subsidy. Now, the organized labor has knocked the federal government for releasing 180 billion naira palliative package to states to cushion the impact of the fuel subsidy removal, saying that the governors could not be trusted and that politicians, not the poor, would benefit from the 5 billion naira largesse given to each state government for disbursement to the citizens. Now, money has been issued out, and finally, we're getting something. 5 billion naira per each state. That's 180 billion naira, and the state governments are the ones to issue them out to their citizens. But the organized labor is saying they don't trust the state governments. Shouldn't we even wait first and see?
We can't wait because we honestly do not trust them. So waiting is going to be like we are just postponing the evil days. So let's talk about it now. How much of them, how many of them do we trust? How much trust can we really repose on these people? Because we can't forget what we got during COVID-19. We cannot quickly forget our experience during the COVID-19. What happened to palliatives, the COVID-19 palliatives? What happened to the aids, the grants that were given by corporate and private individuals? What happened to all this money? What happened to them? Who got what? How many people got what? We remember what we saw. We saw a politician that kept this palliative for our birthday souvenir. We saw some of them that just shut it down. We saw it in warehouses. You understand? We saw how they distributed that, or even the non-distribution of the COVID-19 palliative. So we cannot wait. And we have to talk about it now. We have to discuss it. And the governors have to assure us, or at least explain to everyone. Let's make it open. Let's throw it open. Let's make it obvious for everyone to see how we are going to go about this distribution. How are we going? Who is going to get what? Tony, you and I are here. How are we going to get it? See, these palliatives that they are giving, I don't think it's now even for the poorest of the poor. It's palliative for the poor. It's for the poor, so not the poorest of the poor again. So it's for the poor. Do we fall within the category? They will tell us no. Now, when are we going to fall into the categories that will get COVID-19, that will get subsidy palliative? That's what we have now. So the NLC should see. It's not everything that we fight about. Sometimes we just have to ask the appropriate questions. Let us ask adequate questions, and let us be patient enough to receive the answers that we need. We need answers. We need to know the measures that will be taken to ensure that the people that deserve to get these things get them. We need to know that it is not going to end up with one local government chairman. We need to know that it's not going to end up with one board chairman. We need to know that it's not going to end up with one commissioner. We need to know that it's not going to end up with one political party chairman. We have to know these things. We need to know, we need to see the system that these state governments are going to employ to ensure that this thing gets to the people that are supposed to get. The people at the grassroots, the poor, for which these things were organized. We have to know. So the questions that the NLC is asking at this time is very, very apt, very important, because we all need to join NLC to ask these questions. We need to know how the state governments are going to do it, because we don't trust them. That's the truth. What have they done that will make us trust them? Going by all the antecedents, honestly, Tony, we need to ask more questions. We have to know. We have to know, and we must say that it's not all of them that are coming, yes, but we are going to put them all together, because these monies have been disbursed. Some amounts have been disbursed, some have been approved, but I think not all has been disbursed. So the ones that have been disbursed, let us see how they are going to also disburse it downwards.
Well, do you think there could have been a better, should I say, means now? of which the federal government could have given out this palliative? Like, instead of the federal government, do you think if they are taking them to the banks and have the banks send this money to our different accounts? Yes, there are some people who do not have bank accounts, those who fall under the poorest of the poor, or those who are in the rural areas. Yes, those people, maybe we can have community leaders hand them out to them. But do you think the federal government could have taken the way of going through the banks?
Tony, when we talk about distribution of money, honestly, no, I can say that, or I believe that there is no system of distribution that can be totally corruption free or even leak proof. It all depends on the integrity of the people involved. See, if someone gives me money to give to Tony, I can if I know that the person is not, there's no way the person is going to confirm from you how much you got. See, I can decide to edit that thing and get you something smaller. You understand? Then that is where my integrity comes in. So let me now know if I'm going to give you all that you deserve or what I think you should get. Because I know that this person cannot ask you. This person cannot get you to ask you how much to give. You understand? So we are going to just be at their mercy. You talked about sending it through banks. We have talked about that severally. We know people who do not have bank accounts. What have we not tried, Tony? We have tried distributing cash by hand. Did we get a database for the recipients of this cash? The trader money, farmer money, disaster. We see, Tony, these grants, all these grants that they got, humanitarian affairs, how many people got what? We do not have that data. Up until this morning, till we sit here, I've not seen any kind of data to show me who got what. So if we say we go through the banks, some people will be disenfranchised, some people will not get. If we say we do cash, it is going to go the way it always goes. So it is now left for this government to make a difference. I think that is what we are depending on right now. If you ask the governors to do it, it is now dependent on the integrity of that governor. How does the governor want to go about it to ensure that it is rightly done? How do they want to go about it? The integrity of the people that are going to be involved is what we are going to be counting on, Tony. We really do not see, there is no way they are going to go about it. If they want to steal it, you can't stop Nigerians from stealing. If they are hell-bent on stealing money, they see, you will just try. You can only reduce the amount that they can get. But this is where we want this administration to do something differently. Because they say that it is insanity if you continue to do the same thing and you expect a different result. So let's find a way, a different way to do this distribution. Let's find a different way to ensure that, see, we were talking about COVID-19 palliative in other countries, maybe the Western countries during the COVID-19, Tony, and we were talking, the Vice said, these people, they have a foolproof database of everyone. See, they know where you are staying. They know how many households are in a particular community, and they know the number of people that makes every household. Do you understand me? They know the number of children. They know the number of adults in a particular house. So it will inform how they are going to package their COVID-19 palliative. It will inform even what is going to be the content of that palliative. But do we have this kind of database in Nigeria? Do we have it? Even on these streets, Tony, I can bet it with you that I don't think the government has an accurate number of everyone on these streets. I do not think so. Not to now talk about the whole of Odisha. Not to now talk about the whole of Ibadan. So how do we want to go about it? How do we want to start distribution? How? if we don't even know how many people fall within the category of this poor that we are talking about? We don't know how many people are in this category. We don't know. So what exactly are we planning for? I think that is one problem we need to solve. NLC should ensure, or organized labor should ensure that let's have a total number of the people you want to distribute it to. And let's have a way of checking up with them. How many of them got what? We should have a database. We should have it. We should have a list of beneficiaries. We should have it, and we should be able to cross-check. It should be open. Names should be there. Addresses should be there. Phone numbers should be there.
Also, the vice president during the NEC meeting said that aside the 5 billion naira approved to be given to each state for the procurement of 100. Oh, let me take it from the beginning. Furthermore, in order to cushion the effect of the food shortages across the country, the federal government has approved the sum of 5 billion naira to be given to each state for the procurement of 100,000 bags of rice, 40,000 bags of maize and fertilizers. Apparently, according to this statement, this quote from the Punch newspaper that the vice president said, the 5 billion naira is for the procurement of 100,000 bags of rice, 40 bags of maize and fertilizers. This funding has to be shared with a formula as follows. 52% of this money is to be given to states as grants, while 48% of the 5 billion naira is to be paid back on an instrumental basis within a period of 20 months to the CBN by the states and local government areas in Nigeria. So apparently the money is not to be given to us exactly. It's to procure food, that's rice, maize, and also fertilizers.
So what is the money for?
To procure 100,000 bags of rice, 40 bags of maize, and fertilizers.
That is the palliative that is going to be. Exactly. Yes, they have talked about the procurement of this stuff. I just didn't know that is what this money is about. So there is actually even not going to be. Now is everyone a farmer now? So every household will get this money for them to go and procure. Yes, the poor households will get this money for them to go and procure all this farming materials, equipment, and whatever want to call it. Honestly, if I told you, Tony, that I understand how they want to go about this thing, and I don't think I'm alone. A lot of Nigerians, we are just watching. We are just folding our arms and we are watching. We want to see. Okay, now you are saying so this money that you are disbursing now that you give to these poor households is for them to go and procure fertilizers, for them to go and procure cassava stems and maize, rice, paddies, or what is it called now, for them to start planting. Okay, what is the immediate solution that is going to bring? So is it the food they start planting now that is going to solve the problem of this present day that we are talking about? I don't get it. I don't understand. I think the federal government has a lot. This whole plan, this whole palliative plan there's need for a review, honestly. There is need for a holistic review of these things. We just have to understand it. We do not have adequate information about these things. So you are giving us plans now to go and start farming. How will that solve our problem right now? So they are going to wait until the rice is ready for harvest. They are going to wait until the cassava is ready for harvest. They are going to wait. I don't get it. I don't understand it. We need it. We need more information.
Well, we are still on that story. The vice president added that the council has also taken note of the $800 million loan and insists that it will be strictly used for the intended purpose and based on an accurate and acceptable register. The $800 million announced by the president will go to Nigerians in accordance with an accurate social register. Furthermore, the council has also noted that the package that was announced by the president in order to cushion the effect of the subsidy removal amounting to about 500 billion naira. This fund has to be distributed to the following sectors: MSMEs, industrial sectors. About 125 billion naira will go for cash transfers, agricultural sectors, as well as gas expansion for buses. And because of the increasing cost of fossil fuel, the federal government intends to establish more gas stations in Nigeria and procure more gas-powered buses, CNG buses, as well as electric buses, and it goes on and on and on and on.
Promissory notes. We are going to see. We want action. We want to see these things done. We want to see it. We want to feel it. We want to take them. We want to use them. See, it's taking like forever. It's taking like forever for this federal government to do something about it. People are hungry. People are hungry. People are sad. People are angry. We did it like yesterday. So let's have this done. See, I'm even glad that the ministers have been assigned portfolios. So we know who is responsible for it. And we should, I believe that governance is going to start, really. Now, so like I always say, we should maybe exercise some kind of patience again. And let these ministers, let them settle down into their various offices and settle into their responsibilities and their roles. So let's see who is going to be responsible for what, and as they begin to work. Honestly, I believe the economy will begin to move and things will begin to happen. So let's just, I think we just, do we have a choice? Yes, I think we just wait and see how everything will turn out.
The First Lady has said, and I quote, "We cannot solely depend on the government to meet all our needs. It's imperative that we rally around each other and provide the necessary assistance." She emphasized during the meeting where she said this, her call for a joint effort to tackle societal challenges resonates strongly as she urged individuals to extend their support networks beyond official channels. Now, when she says that we cannot solely depend on the government to meet all our needs, are we depending on the government to meet all our needs? Like, are we solely depending on the government to meet all our needs?
You know, it's funny. And when we say that they talk down at us, this is what we talk about. How many of our needs is our government really meeting? You supply your own water. Now we are powering ourselves. We've not had light for days. Now you have to go and look for money to do solar. If you cannot afford solar, then you have to be buying petrol. So if you cannot afford that, you have to sleep in darkness. So how productive can you get? We do our own security by ourselves. Tony? We pay for our waste disposal. So what exactly do they mean when they start telling us that we are waiting on the government to do stuff for us, to do everything for us? What do they mean exactly? What do they mean exactly? We pay our taxes. So what is the government doing? The subsidy that the government said it was doing, they have removed it. No, even though they all claim that it was a set of people that were stealing the money. So it was like they were giving themselves money. So they weren't even giving Nigerians this subsidy because it was going in the hands of some people. The people that ate so much, they even went to tell the president to remove this thing. We are tired of the money that is coming to us. We are tired of it. Take this thing away. The money is too much. They said it. So that is what you are saying, telling Nigerians that we are relying on God. They travel, they go to other countries now. They see how government pays salaries. They see how government give money to their citizens. Unemployed youth have places they line up, they collect money monthly. They have. They have places they collect money, they have places they collect free food, they even have shelter, free shelter. Except you are not too big to sleep there. There is the provision for it. Do we have such here? And you are telling us that Nigerians are, it's just funny. The kind of spirit and the patience and the kind of understanding that God has given Nigerians is very rare. Honestly, it's rare. We are so resilient, we are so strong, we are so understanding, we are so passionate. Once they tell us, and we are easily pleased. We don't ask for too much. If a government should behave for 1 month, you will see Nigerians beginning to plead with themselves on behalf of that government. You will see us begin to talk to ourselves. That's our nature. That's how we are. Except for when we want to start playing politics. That is our natural self. And they are still telling us that we are waiting on governments to do stuff. Look at most of our men now. They are trying to create their own jobs. Most men now do their own things. They are not waiting to be employed. You see our graduates, they leave service, they are going into air. They are making air, they are doing makeup, they just want to be self-reliant. And it is this same us that they are saying that we rely on government to do everything for us. Honestly, where is that coming from? Where is it coming from?
The All Progressives Congress and the Osho State government yesterday traded tackles over the distribution of the rice given by the federal government as palliative to the people. While the APC urged Governor Adebisi not to allow the people to die of hunger, while the rice and other food items meant to cushion economic hardships brought away into storage, the state government said it is not hoarding the palliatives. The APC, in a statement by its chairman Tajuddin Lawal, said the party is disturbed that the state government has refused to distribute the rice delivered to it by the federal government after 12 days. Now, I think I'm finally seeing why we need the opposition. Maybe they are not holding it, maybe they started distributing an APC person, but I think this trading of distribution or distributing, I think it's going to prompt the government in quickly distributing the rice, right?
They should distribute. That is, every other grammar, every other English you want to speak, I don't think we want to understand what we hear right now. What we want to hear now is distribution of palliatives. That is what we are waiting for. That is what Nigerians are waiting for now.
I'm still in Osun State. There's this letter from the office of the Secretary of the State Government, which says, I am pleased to inform you that the Governor of Osun State, His Excellency Senator Ademola Jackson Nuruddin Adeleke, has approved your appointment as Senior Special Assistant to the Government House with immediate effect from 1st August. 2. While congratulating you on this well-deserved appointment, the state government counts much on you that today's elevation would enhance your performance with a view to moving Osun State to greater heights. Now, the Osun State government has appointed Alhaji Oyetunde Razak as the SSA on Government House Pool. I saw a response or a comment under this, and I had to ask. The pool means vehicles under the government, not a swimming pool, right? Because some people were reacting to this thinking it was a swimming pool.
Well, it's ambiguous, really. House pool. I think we'll wait because it's not stated here, so we cannot interpret this letter for them. So we need more clarification. This is very ambiguous. This ambiguity should have been avoided. Say, pool of what? Pool of servants? Pool of vehicles? Do they even use pool for vehicles? I don't fleet. That's what they use.
I saw the comments where someone said when they say pool in government it means vehicles.
Probably.
have
But
never heard of that
yes,
term before.
we have to we have to wait. I'm sure as we are seeing the interpretations, they also will see the various interpretations and they will be compelled to make the necessary clarification. So before the end of today, I'm very sure we are going to have that letter probably rewritten or further explained.
Now we have this that has sparked reactions. The NDLEA has collaborated with Naira Marley. Okay, let me take the first story so that we would get this and we will not have issues anywhere. Um, there was a post where the NDLEA said, photo caption, Chairman, Chief Executive Officer of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, Brigadier General Mohammed Buba Marwa, with music star Naira Marley, when the artist paid a visit to the national headquarters of the agency to declare support for the war against drug abuse on Thursday, 17th of August. And there have been reactions. And the first reaction I saw was actress Tonto DK saying this is an embarrassment, and I'll read her response. She commented underneath, I don't involve myself in especially other people's bull whatever. This is what I must say. This is the biggest embarrassment from any government agency or drug law enforcement agency. I would like to say more, but I'll wait for NDLEA to pick me up for an interview on drug test or just a chat on why I'm bold enough to call them out. SARS, Mars, I'm ready. You know my address. Now, the reactions are a whole lot online and then everywhere that NDLEA and Naira Marley is known to take a few things both in his music videos and his random videos online. Do you think this is going to appeal to young people who see him as their model, who also take drugs? They are going to listen to him. Do you think this is a scheme to get the youngsters?
We can view it in different ways, but we would need to have more information. Was he invited by the NDLEA?
He visited.
Or it was information that he decided to visit the NDLEA? If he visited by himself, then I think he has a mission. I want to believe he has a mission.
Yeah, because he made a video and he said, it's your boy Naira Marley. I'd like to urge my fans, Malians, and all Nigerian youth to stop doing drugs because it is not good for your well-being. Stop substance abuse of any form. I keyed into this campaign to support the NDLEA's effort to stop drugs on the street. It is not good. It makes you go back to doing crime.
So I think we should just now begin to watch him from now on. If he was into it before and he had decided, see, everyone deserves a second chance. We all deserve that opportunity to change and to live our change. You understand? So if of course, I think he had cases with EFCC, but I don't think he's ever had anything with NDLEA. I can't remember really. So yes, so that means he probably had not offended the NDLEA. Let me just put it that way, because I don't know if he does drugs or maybe those ones were just for his music videos. I wouldn't know. He's not my personal friend, so I don't know how he lives his life. But if he was into it before, he probably had realized how much of an influence he is on the younger generation, and he probably had also realized that the evil that drug abuse is wrecking in our society, and seeing himself as a huge influence on it, maybe he had taken it upon himself to begin this campaign with NDLEA. So that was why I said let's watch him. It's not enough for Tonto DK to just berate him like that. No, it's not. I don't think we should go that way. Let's watch him from now. It would be a good thing if he actually took it upon himself to identify with this campaign, honestly. And I can assure you, Tony, that it's going to have a huge impact on the youth that see Naira Marley as their role model. There are Malians. We have Malian grandfathers, we have Malian babes, we have Malian boys, and if they are what do we call them now? If they are influencer, is now
Now, we're not talking about the case, but we're going to be talking about Mr. Emefiele in court. I saw a video yesterday, I think just as the court proceeded got concluded. I think newsmen were trying to take pictures, or I mean, we're trying to have an interview with him, but he was bent over, like he was, when you're having stomach ache and you're trying to hold your belly. Alright, I'm just giving you a pictorial illustration of what I saw. And then initially the where I saw it, they said he was speaking in call. I saw another one where he said he was dying. I didn't hear anything from him because there was noise. He was surrounded. I felt really bad for him.
I saw the clip too.
I felt kind of bad for him.
Well, I don't know about feeling bad for him. I don't know about feeling bad for him. It's not new, Tony. See, whatever drama anybody puts up in court, it's not new, and it is very, very unbelievable. See, Nigerians, we have seen worst. We have seen them at their worst in court premises. We have seen the one with crutches inside the court premises, and when he got back into his room, he didn't know that there was a camera. He threw away the clutches and went to break. You see, we have seen the ones that came with, what's this called? Neck braces. Yes, we had seen them. We had seen the ones that came in stretchers. We had seen ones that were stretchered into the court premises. We saw the one that just slumped. Mr. Ponde. See, we have seen a lot. So, I don't know. I do not know. It is when they have cases like this that they develop all kinds of ignorance. The other lady in the case with Emefiele, she was ill. Yes, the doctor, I think our lawyer said she was ill. She was very ill. She could not make it to court, and that was why I think the arraignment was stopped. Yes, so we have seen it. So I don't feel anything for him because Emefiele was the one that looked us he looked into the camera, he looked at us and told us that if you wanted to fight him, whoever wanted to fight him should come and fight him, because he had done what he had done it. He had changed the naira and he had withdrawn the old notes in circulation. And so it doesn't matter if Nigerians were dying because they could not get new notes. It doesn't matter if people were losing their lives at hospitals because the hospitals refused to collect old notes from them or transfers from them. It doesn't matter if the old bossa of a higher institution slumped and died while on a queue to get naira notes, new naira notes, when they were pegging it at 5,000 or 2,000 per person. It doesn't matter. He said we should come and fight him. So he has something I don't really is of no significance to me.
All right. The Vice Chancellor of the University of Calabar, Professor Florence Obi, has suspended and relieved Professor Cyril Idifon of his position as Dean of the Faculty of Law. He has also been barred from entering the university's campus except he is invited by the panel to be constituted to investigate various allegations of sexual assault against female students. The suspension notice was conveyed in a letter dated August 17, 2023 and signed by the registrar of the university. The letter said he was suspended for alleged violation of the provision of the extant laws and policies of the institution. Professor Idifon, the first professor of law from the state, was first suspended in 2015 by the school over its singular allegation of sexually assaulting female students. A few days ago, female law students carried placards and protest on campus calling for the removal of Idifon. Some of the placards had inscriptions such as "We are tired of big marks" or something, and Idifon must go. "We are tired of taking big for mark. Law girls are not bonanzas. Professor Idifon must stop grabbing our private parts, etc. and all of that." Now, for somebody who had similar case in 2015, now this again, I believe that this man should be sincerely and seriously punished. Every punishment meant for
was done to him?
He was suspended.
Then
Then suspension.
he was suspended. So it only means if he is found guilty again, it only means that suspension was not enough for him, or there is something fundamentally wrong with him. See, sometimes these things are they are addiction. There is more to it than meets the eye. Because I honestly I can't fathom it. Even if you are going to date students, if you are going to have sex with your fellow students, is it all of them that you want to? Is it all of them that you must have it with? See, female students are adults. See, female students, they are adults. You can talk to them. You can ask them for a relationship if they are interested. They are not babies.
Emphasis on if they are.
If they are interested, it's see, the school premises is like every other place where the opposites meet and opposite will attract. If there is no law against lecturers dating students in your school, then you can ask for a relationship. But why should you now begin to force these students to go down on you? Why do you have to do that? There's something wrong with this person that they have not discovered. This person needs to be checked. Needs to be checked. How many people do you even want to sleep with, for crying out loud? Such a monster should not be anywhere near girls. It should not be. Because that's how he sees them. That is what he sees. Anytime he sees them, that is what he sees. Suspension was not enough for him. They should probably just send him out of that environment. They should send him far away. And they should revoke his lecturing license. He's a pervert. If he's found guilty, he's not a normal human being. He's a sexual pervert.
We have another sexual offender here. The Lagos State government is taking swift action by shutting down the greatest scholars International School in the Ajah area of the state. The show was made in response to the reported defilement of a 4-year-old pupil by the school's security guard, David James, on April 27, 2023, under the pretext of cleaning her. The accused, David James, a 23-year-old security guard, has been arraigned and remanded for the offense. He appeared, now, a protest took place at the school gate featuring placard-wielding concerned individuals, including friends, family members, and representatives of non-governmental organizations demanding justice for the child and the closure of the school. Recent pictures circulating online revealed the Lagos State Ministry of Education has sealed the school in response to the incident. Now, how did they leave a child, a 4-year-old girl, with the security guards clean her? Or how did it happen? I'm sure there's a teacher in charge of that pupil. I know they have other pupils they're in charge of, but how did it happen?
It's the question we are going to ask the school. How they distributed the roles, that the role of cleaning the bum of a girl now fell into the hand of a male security guard. How do you even explain that a security guard even has such access to a child in the school? How? Honestly, I don't know. See, this carelessness will cost a lot. Some parents too they are nonchalant about all these things. It's probably not the first time this guy is doing it. It is probably not the first time, and that girl is probably not the first pupil is doing it. give a child? How did it happen, Tony? I don't know. Was it during school hours or after school? Was the child alone with the security guard? Was there a case of late pickup? Because I don't know how I cannot I can't wrap my head around how he came to be alone with that girl to now be saddled with the responsibility of cleaning up the girl and now defiling the girl. I don't know.
Finally, on sex offense, the Edo State Police Command has arrested an octogenarian identified as Gabriel for allegedly hacking a 75-year-old wife to death with a machete over her refusal to have sex with him. Awa was among the 198 suspects paraded on Wednesday by the command spokesperson. According to Wagbojo, the suspect has been having issues with his wife for refusing to have sex with him. He said the suspect is not remorseful and that he felt what he had done was the best solution to his problem. The suspect says, "My wife was not listening to me. Anytime I ask her to come and sleep with me, she always declines. We have 7 children together, 5 boys and 2 girls. I reported the matter to my family and her family too, but she failed to listen to them and continued her old ways. And I was hearing information that pastors were sleeping with a 75-year-old woman. And each time I demanded sex, either she would tell me she was sick or she had an ulcer. Yet I was hearing rumors that she was sleeping with other men. I don't have money to carry other women. So last Saturday in the afternoon in the house, I picked the cutlass and macheted her all over her body. I did it in anger because she was not obeying me, and I want people to know it."
75 and 84. 75 and 84.
Yes. And they
So
have 7.
they have 7 kids, 5 boys and 2 girls who are probably married with their own kids. And we're still talking about not obeying, not having sex with me. It doesn't make any sense. Because this marriage is nothing less than 40 years. This marriage cannot be, okay, let's say, cannot be less than 35 years. Or even 40. Only the man is 85, right?
Yes.
This marriage cannot be less than 40 years. It can be more. And over the years, the children did not see the tendency in their father. They did not see this kind of tendency in their father. And they were not even aware of their mother's refusal to satisfy their father. Because I don't know. A woman is refusing you sex, you have 7 kids with this woman. She has not been listening to you, you have 7 kids with her. And it is now at 84 that you decided to machete her. See, I'm a Yoruba woman. I believe some things are not ordinary. It's not ordinary life. Some things they go beyond you just looking at them and just saying the man is jealous. This one probably is beyond that. How can you, an 84-year-old man, a 75-year-old woman, pastors are sleeping with her? Pastors are sleeping with a 75-year-old grandmother. Okay. Even if they are sleeping with her, it's very sad, Tony. It is very sad because now the children, I will honestly believe that the children must be very selfish because if this man is saying this, I'm sure this is not the first time he's saying it. He said he had reported to his family, to our family, and I'm sure the children were aware of this. They've been aware of this thing. See, nothing, they could have taken the woman away from the man if they knew that, okay, wahala is in purge. Okay, mommy, what is the problem? You don't want to be having sex again. Okay. You don't know why she doesn't want to have sex again, and the man does not, he has not been able to substantiate the fact that the other people were sleeping with her. Maybe she didn't want to anymore. She didn't want to. If they were going to marry another wife for their father, if their father was still very agile and very sexually active, women grow old women mostly don't want to have sex. But men are still very agile even to their last days. Even in the Bible, David was very agile. It was when they brought a young lady to David that he could not touch that they knew that, Baba is going. You get my point? So if they had settled this matter, this would have been averted. If they had married another woman for their father, okay, daddy, you still want to, okay, can we get you another woman? If mommy does not want to have this anymore, it doesn't have to resort to, you don't have to be fighting over this issue. You have 7 kids who are already having children. It's even a shameful discussion. That's how I see it. I stand to be, but that's my opinion. It is a shameful discussion. My dad cannot come in and be telling me, what are you saying? Go and solve it. If she doesn't want to, that's her business. She has her reasons. If you want another wife, let's talk about it. If you are still very active, you want a new wife, we get it for you. But if this woman says she is no longer, leave her. She has tried after 7 kids. I honestly will blame the children and the family. I will blame the children and I will blame the family. Now the poor woman is gone. What if she wasn't sleeping around with anyone? What if she sincerely was not up to it anymore?
The General Overseer of a certain Agape Evangelical Ministry located at Obi-Kabia Junction in Abia State, Bishop Timothy Otu has been quizzed by the police over the death of a female member of his church during an alleged love affair with him in a hotel. The deceased, identified as an evangelist Happiness Echieze, 43 and mother of 5, was said to be one of the prominent members of his church. According to a statement issued on Thursday by the police public relations officer, Maureen Chinaka, the said bishop is now helping the police in the investigation to unravel the cause of the lady's death in his hotel room. The statement said that the bishop and the lady lodged in a hotel in Ovom village on August 12 around 9:23 p.m. According to the statement, the lady's naked, lifeless body was later discovered in the hotel room around midnight, while the bishop was said to be nowhere around. He was, however, picked up on Sunday while preaching in his church. The said matter had been transferred to the State Criminal Investigation Department for further investigation. Now, this is the case of an affair gone wrong between a pastor and an evangelist in his church. And he left her in the hotel, and her body was found. But he was later found in church on Sunday preaching. And it's making me question a lot of people coming to the altar to preach.
Okay, he left this woman's body in the hotel.
We don't know if she had died before he left, but apparently her body was found later in the midnight after they lodged around 9:23 p.m. on August 12th. That's, I think, during the weekend. Then he left. Her body was found around midnight.
Church to go and preach.
No, he was not found. They later found him on Sunday when he was preaching in church.
Oh, okay. After they had lodged, after the woman had been found, they found him. Okay. Yes. I often question family even some say let
Okay, let's
we will
start.
get there. We will get there. But now let's start. How can you, as a husband, you are attending a church and your wife will take you to a different church? See, it is different if your husband is not even attending any church, and we know women are more. Sometimes we are more religious than the men. What you take the kids to is women you see on Sundays dragging their kids, taking them, no matter how many the kids are, no matter how young or old, it's the women you will see dragging them to church mostly. So it's always an addition for you if you have a father that controls and coordinates his families spiritually or religiously. Now, where was the husband? Where is the husband of this woman? See, it's you cannot. Yes, when people want to do evil, there's no amount of surveillance that you give them. If they are really bent on doing this evil, Tony, you might not be able to catch them unless God says it's time for them to. But just like this one. Because I don't understand. It's the same thing we are talking about this professor. Now, as a spiritual leader, you looked around, even if you wanted to do whatever you wanted to do, you now looked around, you did not find any other person to do it with. It is another man's wife, a mother of 5.
Her husband was away to Bayelsa State on a business trip when the incident occurred.
She's not even divorced. She's not even separated from her husband. So it's not like she is available like that. But the man just saw that okay, she was the one he wanted to sleep with, and the woman too just see, we are human beings, and our hearts are very wicked, just like the Bible says. And yes, and you still he left that hotel and he went on his own. This is his pulpit now, and he went on the pulpit. They said he was preaching forgiveness. Yes, when I read it, they said he was preaching forgiveness.
And her lifeless body was found with white substance coming out from her mouth and her nose.
Anything could have happened. Anything could have happened. They would have to carry out an autopsy to know what killed her. But it's just sad, honestly. Some things are just sad. Okay, now the children, the 5 children of this woman, how are they going to feel? The husband of this woman, how is he going to feel? The wife of this man, how will she be feeling now? And the case is even now worse that the woman is dead. So this is not even the case of an affair anymore. It's not a case of you were cheating on me anymore.
It's a case of you gone. Well, this is another story of a mother. Lagos socialite Farida Abdul Kabir was on Thursday evening saved from committing suicide following the crash of her marriage, reported to have cost 100 million naira. Farida was reportedly rescued at the third mainland bridge in Lagos while attempting to commit suicide. The popular socialite who had been in the news recently over the report of her marriage. Amidst the reports of the crisis in her marriage, Farida was seen in the video in which some people were seen stopping her from carrying out the suicide mission on the third mainland bridge. And note this, she is a mother of 3.
I don't understand the marriage costing 1 million.
Where are they wedding?
When did they wed that they are costing how much did they cost? I don't understand the story. What ended the marriage?
Maybe he left her.
So,
Oh, hold on. I don't know if he's the father of the child. The relationship between the two broke down irreversibly barely 2 months into the marriage, as the couple were said to be having various issues. They had an elaborate wedding ceremony recently, expanding to 100 million naira on the ceremony. The turn of events and the new reconciliation violence between her and her husband may have led to her wanting to commit suicide and all of that.
I don't know. I don't know for honestly, I don't understand. Maybe he wasn't the father of the kids. So
Aside being the father of,
yes.
wasn't she considering her kids wanting to take her own life? I mean,
Well,
going on about
our marriage has ended. It's the end of the world to her, and you don't know. Well, they are talking about the cost of the wedding. You don't know how much of it she bore at the time. So you really don't understand why. Because if they just married recently, and that means it's not the first in her life. So I honestly don't get it. I don't get it.
the Feed Industry Practitioner Association of Nigeria has warned that scarcity of eggs, chicken, and other livestock is imminent owing to the rise in the cost of maize and soya beans, which are important for livestock feed production. Pipan said Nigerians might begin to depend on eggs, chicken, and other livestock imported at outrageous cost if the federal government fails to intervene and release grains from the nation's reserve to alleviate their plight. So now it's possible that eggs that we're buying for say 100 and so amount, and also chicken might become scarce they might become scarce, and some people might stop eating egg and chicken altogether.
Since when?
Altogether.
People have stopped. A lot of people have stopped eating egg. Yes, now it's true. 100 naira one, and some will even they will sell it at 150 at restaurant. They sell it at 150 or they sell it at 100, and you don't blame them because it's very expensive nowadays. You see it at 2 2, you see it at 2 3, you see it at 2 4 in some places. So if we are now going to depend on and see when we talk like this, I wonder what we are doing as a nation, as a government. I wonder what we are doing, and I wonder what we are even getting right at all. Now we are talking about the scarcity of soya beans, the scarcity of maize, scarcity of food. One day everything is just going to be scarce. No, honestly, what are we talking about? Even you, human beings want to make pap now. They are telling you that a congo of maize is now 500. Some will even tell you 700. So when you cannot, yes, corn, that white corn that we used to buy 150. Yes, 500. They will even tell you if it is 2 700. If it is bigger, they tell you it's 550 or thereabout. You understand me? So now when you human beings yourself, you are still struggling to get corn, to get maize. Is it then you now be thinking of sprinkling? I remember when we were young, you even sprinkle to ants in your area. You even go inside, you sprinkle for them to eat. You even go and take rice.
Yeah.
You even take rice. You want to see if ants can eat rice. You remember, you sprinkle it on the floor. You say, you go inside, you take more. You will give them gari. You just want to play around with these things. But now they are so scarce. They are like gold. So now we are going to have to depend on imported eggs, and there is no problem. At least we are distributing money for plants now, for us to start planting grains and other things now. Maybe we will have enough then.
The Athletics Association of Nigeria and many other followers of the sports have heaved a sigh of relief yesterday when the news broke that 100 meters women world record holder Oluwatobiloba Amushan has been cleared of the dope charges levied against her by the Athletics Integrity Unit of World Athletics. Amushan was suspended provisionally by the AIE pending investigation of her missed whereabouts test early last month. The Nigerian who broke the 100-meter hurdle record at the last World Championships in Oregon, US, was assumed to have committed an offense punishable with at least 2 years suspension from athletics, as she was said to have dodged anti-doping tests by AIU agents. But from the onset, she insisted on her innocence, saying there must have been miscommunication somewhere. According to reports from Budapest, the venue of the World Championships, which will begin tomorrow, a tribunal of three arbitrators exonerated her motion from two out of the three test failures when the Nigerian argued that the test did not do enough to locate her. Sources said the athlete will now join her compatriots in Budapest ahead of tomorrow's opening ceremony of the World Championships. I, for one, am so happy for her that she can defend her title.
I'm happy for her too. I think it was an attempt to just sabotage. Well, thank God we had that foresight. The Nigerian team had the foresight to include her name. You understand? Because at the time we read in the news that the name was included. Another time we read that it was removed. Yes, yes. So I really was really concerned at the time because I was like, there should be a duration to this testing and the results coming out because you know that there's an event, there's a game that she should be a part of. There's an event that she could be a part of if she is cleared. So why don't you now organize the screening in such a way that the result will not affect the possibility of her being included? But I'm really happy that they included her ahead of it and ultimately that she's been cleared really.
The International Chess Federation says it is temporarily banning transgender women from competing in its women's event. The FID said individual cases would require further analysis and that a decision could take up to 2 years. The move has been criticized by some players and enthusiasts. Many sports governing bodies have been working on policies towards transgender athletes, but chess does not involve comparable levels of physical activity. However, the fight said to BBC that it wanted to analyze the impact of these policies and did not want to rush this process. Now, this is not the first sports body that is going to ban trans women from participating in women's sports. I think there's also the swimming body also. Shouldn't they just create a sport for these trans people to just so have peace and everybody can compete?
Well, that's a possibility, but we have to give it time. We have to give it time. It's a new world. It's new to us. It's probably not so new, but the proliferation and the acceptability, the acceptance, I think is new. So that's why we have to give these people time. They had, in some public places, we used to have two restrooms. We have one for the female, we have one for the male. But now some have had to adjust. So they have three now. So you are a female, you want to identify as a male, and you want to identify as
Non-binary.
yes, non-binary. Okay. So you have your own restroom. So we have to give them time to adjust and see the kind of creation they can have for this set of people. Because really, you cannot be a trans woman and you want to participate in a game that is meant for women. Yes, because your what's it called now? Even if their anatomy looks alike, it's not the same. It is not the same. A man that changed to a woman is not the same as someone that was born a woman. So it's going to amount to cheating, fraud. So I think that's a good suggestion. They can have their own games created for them.
Now, this is in regards to wildfires that we've had. Maui had, Hawaii had, am I pronouncing that right?
Hawaii.
Yes, Hawaii, okay. there's been wildfires in Hawaii weeks or days now. Maui's emergency management chief has quit a day after defending his agency's failure to activate its alarm system in last week's fatal wildfire. Herman Andaya, who had no prior experience in emergency management, cited health reasons for resigning. In the days since, residents of the Hawaii island have told newsmen a stronger emergency response could have saved more lives. At least 111 people have been declared dead. Hundreds are still missing. Maui's sophisticated system, which includes 80 sirens around the island, is tested on the first of every month. Its 60-second tone, a normal part of life in Lahaina, but on the day of the fire, they remained silent. On Wednesday, Maui's emergency management agency boss Andaya insisted he did not regret that decision. He said he had feared the sirens, most often sounded for tsunamis, would have sent some of Lahaina running to higher ground, potentially into the path of the fast-moving blaze. But in Lahaina on Thursday, none of the residents who spoke to newsmen accepted the explanation, saying the sirens would have provided a crucial warning of the approaching danger. So now, I read the news on the residents complaining that the emergency alerts did not go off. And now the emergency chief has come to defend that mostly they use it when there's a tsunami. And he didn't want the residents running to the higher grounds where the danger was. That was why he didn't let off the alarm system. But the residents are not admitting. Now he has resigned and citing health reasons.
Whatever the issue is, he resigned because he feels he has failed them. He feels he failed at this time, or the people believe that he had failed, and he resigned. It's not a do or die affair. It is a call to service. He was appointed to serve in that capacity. He did what he thought was best for them at the time, but the people didn't see it like that. They called for his head, and he left the office for them. That's like the most honorable thing to do, you ask. So let them appoint someone that will probably deem it fit to release the alarm at a time he or she feels it's probably dangerous for them. And let's see how it works out for them.
We took this earlier, but I just want to listen to your opinion on it. The immediate past Speaker of Kaduna State House of Assembly, Yusuf Ibrahim, on Thursday posted that the national chairman of the All Progressives Congress, Dr. Abdullah Ganduje, has what it takes to make the ruling party remain in government for more than 60 years. He made the statement when he led a delegation of former House of Representative members on solidarity visit to Ganduje at the national headquarters of the party in Abuja on Thursday. And now this is coming barely 15 years after a former national chairman of the then ruling People's Democratic Party, Vincent Ogbulafo, made a similar controversial statement. The now late Chief Ogbulafo had posted that the PDP was poised to rule the country for at least 60 years because of the good policies and program of the party. But the PDP went under when former President Goodluck Jonathan was defeated in the 2015 presidential election 7 years after Ogbulafo's prediction. And I remember Maestro talking about this same PDP burst yesterday about them saying they will rule for 60 years and all of that. And then boom, it happened. Now the APC is saying they will rule for more than 60 years.
There's no proof. See, I don't understand how you think you can rule for 60 years. See, he was visiting Ganduje. He had to romance Ganduje. If I probably was visiting, if I were visiting Ganduje today too, I am expected to be saying everything good to Ganduje. You are the best for this position. Honestly, they looked well before they chose you. And I know you have the capacity to lead this party, and by extension this nation, to the promised land. Those are the kind of words that you want to be speaking when you visit Ganduje. So him saying they are going to rule for the next, well, he did say they are going to rule for the next 60 years. He said Ganduje has the capacity. I think it's different from what Ogbulafo said. Ogbulafo said PDP was going to rule for 60 years. man says is this one is all about Ganduje's sagacity. You understand? So it's not really about APC ruling for 60 years. It's about Ganduje's capacity to lead the country for more than 60 years. So it's just, he was talking on the occasion, he was saying the right things because it was a visit. And at the end of the day, he wasn't going to go empty handed. He's probably not, okay, let me not be assertive. He's probably not going to go empty handed.
Okay, we have a clarification from the Osun State government.
I told you.
Yeah, they said the attention of the executive governor has been drawn to a deliberate, mischievous misrepresentation and misinterpretation of the appointment of senior special assistant on government household at Oromiyon New Town. Okay, I don't want to read and just go on and on and on. We appreciate those who truly. Alright. We therefore seek to clarify that the government house pool is a term referring to the transport unit of government house. The section deals with drivers and vehicles within the government house. The office, a creation of the previous government of the All Progressives Congress, has been in existence for the past 12 or so years. Members of the public are aware that there are hundreds of drivers and vehicles, both old and new, in the government house. In the interest of sustainable management of those assets, an SSA is appointed to coordinate and even oversee activities and operations in that sector. We also wish to note and clarify another misrepresentation on the appointment of an SSA for Oromiyo Town. Again, the previous APC government created a diaspora estate program involving a new settlement named Oromiyo New Town. There is actually a new town development body. The newly appointed SSA is charged with ensuring achievement of government goals in those areas, especially ensuring protection of investment of diasporans. The two appointments are therefore necessary and required. They were never frivolous jobs for the boys, as some partisan critics have termed it. While those offices were inherited, it is also worthy of note to state that Governor Adeleke has demonstrated strong will to retain what is good and jettison what is bad. So now it is about the cars,
Full of cars. Yeah, so that's, I think that's okay. That's understandable.
Before we open the phone lines, let's quickly check platforms and see what we have. Alright, we'll just start from the first message we have today. We have this from Ademola Ogunladi. Good morning, Petals family. Surely Nigeria would come out of the present economic hardship stronger if the federal government is sincere with its economic policies. And Papa Tunde Adegoki, the price of diesel jumped from 200 to 800 because the last administration introduced the new tax on diesel. That's what led to the increment in diesel price. Still from him, he says, good morning, Madam BC. Don't stress yourself about this government. They got it wrong from day one and has been progressing in error. We say it has progressed in error. Alright, let's just move on. Still from him, well done CBN, high to hold this saboteurs as banks accountable in duty. We are grateful for the story from Punch on the current pension scheme. Alright, now Buki Oye responds to Babasunde Adegoki. All you guys do is condemn all activities or efforts of the government to make the work better without providing one single solution. What would your preferred candidate or government have done differently in this situation? Just a simple step forward. You haven't dished out. Alright.
What was that and what was he talking about?
Buki Oye was responding to Babasunde Adegoki. Alright, Ibrahim Adeni, good morning, Mr. Maestro and Madam BC. You're doing great work this morning. Thank you. Now, there's a back and forth between Babasunde Adegoki and Buki. And then Gabriel says, people only play politics with everything these days. House pool names all government vehicles in government house. Well, thank God they've given a clarification on that. Alright, we'll open the phone lines now, so you, our listeners at home, can be a part of the show. And the numbers to call are 08107812544 or 09153029992. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Anthony, good morning.
Good morning, Pastor.
Madam, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Well done, all we continue to enrich your knowledge in Jesus' name.
Amen.
My name is Pastor Odile. I'm speaking from Malakia. In fact, if I will have to be giving my observation, I will speak all your points. Let me comment on Malakia. Some years back, during the time of Governor Ambode in Lagos, there was a time he granted grant. He gave out grant in Goshen. So the people went to their local government, they went to their own work, and they registered. So after the registration now, the money was later disbursed to them. If our government that wants to be sincere, they can speak like that. I asked yesterday that someone told me that the politicians have not collected the BVN and account numbers of their members. So I think government today needs to work on this issue of palliative because if they divert it like this, they might cause the anger of the people. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you.
Let's try not to make speculations on hearsays on whether politicians had collected the names of their members or not. It's not verified.
Yes.
081.
But it is said he heard.
He heard, yeah. Still. Hello, good morning.
Hello, people. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning.
Well, my name is Williams. I'm calling from Mokola this morning. Well, in that song from the Omawu, if you ask me then who I will ask, that appears to be the reality of Nigeria. I think as we were talking just now, I remember just 3 years ago, if I'm not mistaken, I bought a crate of eggs for 500 naira. Today, we are talking about 2,200 naira, and the price is likely to go up. And I'm asking myself, now the seed of this fowl we're talking about right now is made up of maize and soya beans and sorghum and the rest. And I'm asking myself, how difficult is it to plant corn, to plant soya beans, to plant sorghum? How difficult is it to sustain such economy that somehow we are not able to do right now? And we complain about all these things. Now, on the issue of the pastor and his congregants that went to the hotel, I am not surprised or I'm not baffled. The Bible is quite clear that in the end time, things are going to start happening, and we are seeing these things happen. So I am not baffled. In fact, we are going to hear words as we continue to hear words of the hardness of the malady of humanity. But by and large, we often make the wrong choice as regards the kind of leaders that we need to pilot us out of our affairs. We are here right now. I don't know what to do. The minister and I'm just helped to say it doesn't matter that we have to run pegs in square holes. It doesn't matter if one is qualified for such a position. And I get tired of such positions. Because if, for example, now it's more much. If you get like Oswala,
Please wrap
he's
up.
paid to go and play as a right back or a left back, Nigerians will call us for war.
All right, Mr.
Because we are
Williams.
talking about our life and our children's future.
Thank you, Mr. Williams. Please let's try and summarize our comments so others can comment.
Exactly.
08107812544 or 09153029992. You can still drop your comments on the platforms. Hello, good morning.
I'm John from Jeffrey. Thank you, William, wherever you are coming from. I want to talk about the people. The reason if they have what it takes to achieve that thing, and then to become a leader, what we need is to have a area that can make the administration. The winner for protesting study, and today the winner for have left the state for that to continue. What PDP is struggling to achieve that future, no one can carry
Thank you, Mr. John. 09153029992 or 08107812544.
Tony, I don't know if you've seen this viral video about I think two dogs, child.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Auntie Gigi.
Good morning, sir.
Please, I want to comment about this palliative. My name is Mr. Benefit of Liberty. So I want to comment about this palliative. If this money has to be shared and people have to be registered in local government, would non-indigenous, would it favor the non-indigenous? That's my question.
Non-indigenous.
Yes, like people who are not from Oyo State,
Okay,
staying in
Baba
Oyo
State.
State.
What now?
That is another
See,
question.
that is another question. And that is why we have said that we need a clearer picture. We need more understanding. We need more explanation of how this thing is going to go about. We really need it. That is another question, is another angle, is another thing that we really need the government to shed more light on. Yes, I was talking about that video.
I sincerely didn't watch it because I'm sure I'm going to be scared. I saw the story.
And that is what I always say about dogs. That's what I always say about dogs. If you have dogs, hello?
Hello, Auntie Gigi.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Pastor, I was listening to you.
Yes,
During
sir.
the last governorship election, I voted for Elgina as governor for North East, and I'm a Ekiti man. Why would I not be? Why would the answer not be disallowed from voting because I'm not an Ekiti man? So when it comes to this issue of identity, they should register indiscriminately everybody that falls for the local government. We will either have been living here for the past 40 years. So I'm not a citizen of Oyo State.
I'm very sure that they are not going to do it by indigenous. No, I don't think they will go that way. A lot of us are not from here. And we've been here for a long time. We've paid taxes here. We've contributed to Nigeria. So I don't think they will go that way. I do not think they will go that way.
While we wait for more calls, you remember the lady that was taken to court on making a video about Eniola Badmus?
Yes.
Now, I saw a video of her saying, "Oh, did Eniola and the rest, or I don't know." She just said they did not tell you about the beating I received in prison, blah blah blah. She was just saying, "Oh, I've not talked," and I feel like there's no remorse. There's no remorse to whatever it is she's doing.
No, I don't think we need a remorse. She did that. She committed the offense, and Ola took it off. And the court sentenced her.
But she has started to talk again.
Whatever, she owns her mouth. Yeah, that's her problem. I don't expect any remorse from her. Let her go on. She just go ahead and be saying whatever she wants to say. And once she infringes on somebody's rights, then they will take her off again. Maybe that's her own life. And that's how she wants to play it.
We're taking calls 081 0781 2544 or 0915 302 9992. You can still drop a comment on the Telegram platform. We will take your comments before our time runs up. Now, the British Museum is making headlines for launching an investigation over various items that were reportedly missing, stolen, or damaged. However, considering the history behind how the London-based establishment acquired many of its treasures, the internet is unbothered and calling out the irony of the matter. Now, they are saying they have stolen items from the British Museum and all of that. But, I mean, isn't what if they truly have anything stolen, isn't what they did before coming to buy them? They have a lot of things that don't even belong to them in that museum. I'm sure we still have stuff that belong to Africa in that museum that has not been returned.
Yes. So once maybe they return them as they discover that they don't belong there. So once they see it again, that okay, this one doesn't belong here. Where was it taken from? I said taken, not stolen. So where was it taken from? And which king or which overall took this one? So if they can profile it, then they will be able to return it. They can't just up and start returning everything at the same time. You understand?
While we have dogs attacking people, we also have masquerades going bizarre. A masquerade performing in traditional festival has killed one of its spectators during an outing in Rivers State. The incident happened at Abam community, Okirika local government area of the state on Wednesday. It was gathered that the masquerade, traditionally called Epo, had come on its victim and allegedly hacked it to death during the festival. It was gathered that development had generated into communal misunderstanding between. Please keep trying. 08107812544 or 09153029992. I for one am scared of masquerades when I see them at home. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Adams.
You know where you're calling from?
Well, I calling from London.
Go ahead, sir.
Concerning the issue of palliatives, palliatives start discrimination. Those who go to Australia, that our state, your state, being told in your state, your means of livelihood, your state, this is the thing. That other. They are not going to be asking where you can also based on your commenting or from people. All of people that are doing in your state,
Yes, we believe that's how it should be, truly, but let's see how it turns out. We are all here, and we'll be here by God's grace.
On the masquerade that killed someone in Rivers State, I don't exactly know what to say about it. And it's so sad that someone had to die just because they were watching the masquerade. Hello, good morning.
hello,
Pastor.
hello.
Yeah, we can hear
Yes,
you.
ma'am. And the
Good morning.
issue of the ordinary Generian that kill is why because of them. You see, I just want to make a suggestion. This issue, I think that in a case like this, the woman is old, getting older and the children complain, compose sexually. And the husband is complaining. You see, it was a feeling that not allowed the guy to marry another wife. They would say that if that woman comes the man will not give their mother attention. If the old business wasn't like this, even the senior wife, I had a situation, that the senior wife was the one that married the younger wife for her husband. When she is no longer and they some women, they will not be able to go sexually, and then that the woman allow their husband to listen. That's why this kind of problem are happening. I think the family has to consider this very well. Thank you.
Exactly, it's supposed to have been a family issue that would have been addressed together instead of just leaving the man to continue to boil in his anger to the point of killing the woman.
08107812544 or 09153029992. We are still taking calls at this moment. This is the time to call in and hear your opinions and views on the stories we've taken so far. A quick reminder on what we've said. We've talked on the palliative to be shared by state governments. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, madam. How are you doing? I'm tired of you and calling for the you need to give this time. When I do not speak of but when you say, you know the less capacity of that. It's time, everything time. So that probably we do not maybe 6 to 1 year. So you can answer them. Now, we have to do my God. No control. Because on that, you must go to the moving down. People feel it's really of course. Well, remember, you are farmer at Motor Street and not the issue. You are very well, but you just don't have one to them. Always I was to carry the family fishing. So today, nothing I will be able to work. You are in this video to assist our company, the governor of Massachusetts. So please, you want something. How do I do that?
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm sure they are hearing you. Steps will be taken.
You can can still take a call or two more. 08107-8125-0915302-9992. Aside the palliatives, we also talked about a Unical professor who has been sexually abusing students, or allegedly. We talked about scarcity of eggs. Hello, good morning. We talked about the possible scarcity of eggs. We talked about Lagos socialite trying to take her own life, and so. We take one more call now. 0810781. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Your name and where you're calling from?
I'm Reverend Adebisi Ogunjimi.
Go ahead, sir.
The issue of palliative in Oyo State, I want Governor Shimakinde to take proper care about distribution. Let them pass through the local government. If you pass through the local government, everybody must register. At least you have this thing from your local government. Either you are from Oyo State or you are not. So it will be easier and proper if you pass through your local government. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That would be all the calls we'll be taking today. Many thanks to everyone who has been a part of the show so far. Please join us next week for another beautiful edition of the headlines, the TGIF edition actually. And thanks to our studio manager also for working with us this morning. Adebisi Ogunjimi, I am always pleased to discuss with you every Friday.
I'm also pleased to be here with you.
Thank you. My name is Tony Adeyeye. Have a wonderful weekend.
Bye. Thank you for watching us. Bye-bye. Don't you ask for that? Okay.